Hello and welcome back to Second Take Movies, the podcast where we give movies a second look, a second chance, a second take, if you will. I'm your host, Preston Jenkinson, and returning for a second time, well, not a second time, but like a third, fourth, fifth time, I don't even know at this point, is Jake Twido.
That's the Matrix theme song. Hey, sorry.
Also his wife, Logan.
Hi.
We're continuing.
Where's your theme song? You're so lame.
Hi.
Sorry.
That's it.
Disappointed.
We're continuing our journey through the Matrix trilogy for the fourth Matrix movie coming out later this month. I don't think we had fun with this one. Doesn't sound like it.
No. You know what? Watching the trailer that popped out yesterday, was that 2 days ago?
It was Monday, I think.
This week is a blur, but I was more excited watching this because of that trailer. So all my bad intentions, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch the new one. This looks fantastic.
Right.
All this bullcrap seems nothing.
Huh.
And this, the CGI seems there, and who knows? Yeah. No. As previously stated in life, we're not friends. This killed us. And the third one that I haven't watched yet will make you an enemy. Not an acquaintance, enemy.
That's the one I'm definitely not looking forward to. But for this one, the story, freedom fighters Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus continue to lead the revolt against the machine army, unleashing their arsenal of extraordinary skills and weaponry against the systematic forces of repression and exploitation.
Can I give you my honest description of what this movie is?
Yeah.
A lot of nerds use big words and confuse you with stupid philosophy that doesn't exist. Check out the Kung Fu.
Yeah, you can get lost in. I was watching a video today about. I went down a rabbit hole of Matrix Reloaded philosophy videos and stuff, and people think way too much about stuff. But we'll get through the positive and negative reviews. The positive one from the Seattle Post-Intelligencer. William Arnold said, "Moves like a bullet, and even if they're overblown, the action sequences are still mostly exhilarating and hypnotic. Moreover, the film's human dimension and character development is richer and more rewarding than the genre requires, and its philosophical underpinning more intellectually, audacious and seductive. The film is more of a mind trip than I expected."
This guy watched the cave rave scenario back to back on DVD.
Yeah.
And if this was on VHS, he burnt the tape out watching that. That's all I got to say.
There's no human dimension in this movie. But the negative review from Slate by David Edelstein says, "A messy and flat-footed as its predecessor, it is nimble and shapely. It's an ugly, bloated, repetitive movie that builds to a punchline that should have come an hour earlier at least."
Look, every movie we've watched or gone over together, I hear both, and I'm like, yeah, both of them are pretty right. No, the negative one, dead on. That negative one is flat out the truth.
That positive one is just completely wrong because all this movie is fight, philosophical discussion about determinism, and fight.
Yeah, in which I argue, hey, just fight and shut up.
Yeah.
There's too many fight scenes though. They're all 10 minutes too long.
Oh.
the one with the Agent Smiths, I clocked it. It is exactly 6 minutes long.
10 minutes too long.
Yeah.
You don't want it to happen even?
Too many Mr. Smiths.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Hugo Weaving. We need more. More Hugo Weaving. I disagree, but it's the end of our marriage.
I need less of him telling me over and over again that Neo set him free. I can tell you that.
Set me free. You set me free. Yeah, it's on repeat.
Yeah, but that opening scene is pretty awesome. It just, Trinity's on a motorcycle and she throws it into a building and it explodes. I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. You spent more money. We can see that.
Yep. And you know what? I think that's the takeaway of everything. Hey, the last movie, we invented bullet time. We're going to use it thousands more times, which good for them.
Yeah.
But it's not as impressive when you do it 5,000 times.
But it turns out to be a flash forward of her going into the Matrix to save him later on or whatever.
You're making me happy because you started saying that and I went, wait, what did that end up being? I don't
The end.
know.
Yeah, the end of the movie.
Oh, oh yeah.
You fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep and didn't care.
Flies in and swoops her up, and anyway. I like that Morpheus doesn't just ask for loyalty, he asks for people to trust him.
Yeah, that was we're watching The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of like, oh yeah, this is kind of, laying into some good old mafia type feels or vibes. Just, yeah, you're gonna respect me, but I'm gonna ask you, but really you should.
Yeah.
But yeah, Morpheus to me is the winner of the movie. Apart from the rave scene.
Oh God.
Actually, I don't know. That was pretty rad too. Like, check out my pecs, check out my belly button. I got a speech for you.
We're sweating so much, we're creating mud.
That's, yep.
I could smell that scene.
You know what? Yeah. I don't know what this is rated, so I just will say, yeah, me
it's rated R. Like all these are rated R.
Yeah. Last time I said, I don't know why this is rated R. This time I went, I know why it's rated R. So,
yeah.
No.
He meets up with. We finally see other people from Zion and other ships and crews, because before it was just these people that were talked about.
So let me ask you this. I'm not insane. We didn't see Zion at all in the first movie.
Did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Dadgum. I saw it and went, well, this is the first time we've seen this.
It's ugly and disgusting. I don't know why you'd want to live there, but
hey, cave dwelling.
As soon as they try to drop me off, I'll be like, is it the blue pill? We still got it?
Yeah, let me be energy. I'm good.
But those are like the worst dress. Like, if that is how you want people to see you, you are dressed terribly.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. You're all in leather and sunglasses.
What's ridiculously stupid is I remember watching this for the first time and I went, oh, I know these characters. I played them in a video game. Like, this is where all the we're going to walk into these things. And I went, oh, I know that person. Jada Pinkett Smith, trash actress. Hot take for you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Will Smith's going to come after you.
Will Smith is trash kind of too. So,
wow.
If it's not a bad remake.
Wow.
Actually,
she like her in this movie, but okay.
I was going to follow up with she's not bad in this movie, but trash person, great actress.
But a fun fact, they were actually shooting a video game at the same time they were shooting these movies.
Yep. Enter the Matrix, man.
As
a former GameStop salesman, look, I could tell you all about it. It was a hot seller, but to understand this movie, you got to play that game.
Yeah.
This was the introduction of you got to read the book or you got to play the game or you don't get the full picture, which, it's people making money. It's not story control of it. It's just, let's make money.
Yeah. I like that Morpheus is still the crazy person in the room, even though he was proven right.
Yeah.
Because he walks in and everybody's just like, oh, this fucking guy. Like,
yeah, I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I felt a lot of joy of yeah, he's insane. No.
Yeah.
No.
And then there's a moment between, it's like, for some reason, when they're in the Matrix, they have this stilted acting where they're just like, the
first movie didn't get that.
Yeah, this movie is like,
yeah. It's like, we know what the Matrix is.
Yeah.
William Shatner made the Matrix. No, I don't. I'm not going on with this. This is bogus.
And the fights just aren't as real in this one either. Because when, what's his name? Smith drops the thing at the door and then the agents show up. I mean, it's a guy flies into a wall, but everything's too clean and too choreographed, it seems like.
I don't know how far Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was from this, but it flat out
was 3 years before this.
Okay, it's after the Matrix, but before this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like someone watched that, and I should have done my homework and see if the same people, but they watched that and went, we can do this. We can totally do this, make it look realistic, but it's entertaining, but it's clunky.
The only good acting is Lawrence Fishburne and Jada Pinkett, because you can tell they dated at one point because
had to, and I feel like they made jokes about it in the script, oh, they were together. I bet they were.
plugging stuff into each other's sockets.
Doesn't even.
Oh my god.
This is the greatest time to have.
Can we go back to the like 3 different types of leather that everyone was wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like every different type of black fabric.
You had cow, you had pleather, you had
gator skin.
Crocodile, yeah.
Like Morpheus is the best dressed in the whole thing.
Yeah,
If
obviously
you're
he's gonna wear
coming
crocodile.
to the Matrix, you have to wear black.
Yes.
But it has to be a different fabric from the person next to you.
Morpheus wears purple. Go home.
Underneath.
Oh,
underneath, his suit is purple. The jacket
I was really
is black.
taken aback by that.
You're right.
When he took his jacket off, I was taken aback by the purple.
He's the Joker.
Did he have a green tie on?
He did.
Yeah, the Joker.
Yeah.
It's a DC tie-in.
It's Warner Brothers, so you know.
Morpheus was all over. Morpheus. See the tie-in now?
Yeah.
It's actually Jared Leto the whole time. It's not Lawrence Fishburne.
Ugh.
Yeah, sorry. Depression should not set.
Yeah.
Apologies.
But what is that coat that Neo's wearing? Is it a dress? Is it a trench coat?
It's a good CGI whirl around when you're flying in the air.
They wanted something that was kind of like a cape, I guess.
Yeah, I think I've said it before. I hate
it's a cabin.
Superman. I just hate Superman. He's the worst.
Mhm.
This is Superman. This entire movie, Superman.
Also, Link calls him Superman at one point, and I can just hear 1,000 nerds screaming like, "Oh, Superman exists in this universe!" Like,
Oh, this is beautiful.
just shut up.
Matrix is Gotham.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, you know what? I'll just go ahead again. Hot take. This is nothing but a like. If you're a super nerd, you watch this movie, you loved it.
Yeah.
It's for you.
Yeah.
That's it. Everybody else went, oh, I'm going to watch some people hit someone. Woo!
Yeah. Which the fight scenes, the stuff that is in camera is pretty good. Like you can tell that a lot of thought went into it, especially Keanu. Like I think he had to learn like 500 different moves on that day when he fought Hugo Weaving, the 80 versions of him.
Yeah, that was a scene.
Yeah.
Too. I know you're skipping ahead.
The stuff.
So
well,
hard.
I mean, you know, it's we get to Zion and spend like 35 minutes.
I mean, like the difference between the Matrix and this. Do you think this movie is here's exposition?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything. Just wait. There'll be karate.
Yeah.
The first movie, it's like, oh, this is entertaining. The story's interesting. I just feel like I remember seeing the breakdown. I think they did an interview. The writers, producers, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what is this movie about? And they went, it's about kung fu, machines following you, control. Nothing was mentioned about philosophy.
And that's all this is. Like, again, it's all about determinism. And Neo just gets sent on a bunch of fetch quests to go get this.
I think
he has no agency.
Didn't you say this is like a bad video game?
Sure.
The action, at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that at the time, maybe it was a lot better. I mean, it's years in the future. And you make me watch Corridor Crew, and so I see a lot of digital effects.
Yeah, they'll ruin you.
Yeah.
But I also love, like, you kind of retcon the first movie. The Oracle, they go talk to her. She's just a program. And that's like a continuing thing of it's a program. It's a rogue program or exiled program, whatever there.
Well, I mean, and you know, the idea that the idea of the one was also a form of control. I mean, honestly, where else can you go once your protagonist has reached godhood, basically?
Which, why does this movie even exist? When you hit that,
well, they had to show like the freeing of Zion and everything, you know, because they found the one and he has to set everybody free.
No, they had to show some titties in the cave. That's why they had to show titties and grinding, bump and grind. Like, man, that thing hit. I looked at Logan and went, "You're about to experience the new future of the world." And she's like, "Oh, this isn't that bad. They're not doing anything crazy. There's dancing." One scene
Just
later,
high school prom, no big deal.
yeah, no. Then the ecstasy hit and the sweat dropped, and it's like, yeah, we're getting dirty in the mud. And I don't mean like dirty with mud. It's,
I mean, good job, Neo and Trinity not being a part of that.
oh, you're talking about them? Never mind.
Okay.
all I can think of every time.
Prom.
Every time I watch that scene, it reminds me of like a sketch at the VMAs they did back when this movie came out with Justin Timberlake and Seann William Scott. where they go through the different scenes of the Matrix, and Will Ferrell plays the architect at the end of it.
I have forgotten about that completely, and I'm gonna watch it when this ends. I'm gonna show you this. You're gonna go,
Yeah.
oh. I text you this, and now I don't know how far we're jumping ahead, but my favorite quote the entire movie of Logan was, "Oh, there's Keanu Reeves' butt crack," because they're dropping down doing the diddle, and you can't tell whose legs what's what, and she's
They're all
like,
wrapped up in each other. Yeah,
there's Keanu's butt crack.
I did say like an 80-year-old grandma for sure.
Yeah,
that's his butt crack.
Oh, the butt crack is R-rated because of the butt cracks.
No, just the next note I have is I hate Zion.
Yeah, they didn't make this seem appealing at all.
I hate those mechs too.
I'm on the machine. Yeah.
We'll get to those in the next movie, but God, I hate those things.
I'm just saying the machines and Sentinels should have won. Forget this.
It's another reason to take the blue pill again.
Yeah, burn this thing to the ground, dude. You should be happy.
Why do we want to live with this? But anyway, who is this kid? This kid that is obsessed with Neo.
Does he show up in the next movie?
He does. He takes over like a mech after somebody dies, and
yeah, I watched it and went, is this somebody? This is annoying.
Well, I went down a hole, and like he's in the Animatrix. Like it was like they released 4 short films that are anime that fill in some gaps between the Matrix and this. But
I have watched those once, and I don't remember them. I remember going, these are sweet. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love this whole movie is like, we're going to introduce characters. They're important. You never see them again. They're nothing. It's like, who do you latch on to? Like, even after the incredibly dope, I say dope, it was awful. It actually wasn't that bad. The Agent Smith fight, where there's 5,000 of them popping in.
Yeah.
Like, you go from that to, is it right after that? Did they actually go to, I can't pronounce the guy's name, the rich French guy who has the penthouse. Merovingian. I'll take it. I'll take it. Like, there's people at the table. It's like they don't mean anything. They never show up again.
Yeah, basically. Well, before that, he fights with Seraph, which that is the biggest waste of time. I'm like, this is movies like 2.5 hours. Let's cut some of this out. Like,
yeah, someone should have edited this way better.
Yeah.
Which, you know what though, that Seraph fight was probably my favorite because it was the most like kung fu, super just. It's kind of like the first movie when he fought Morpheus. Just again.
Yeah.
But yeah, not needed really. It stops halfway and he's like, yeah, now I know you're the one. You knew he was the one when he walked in.
What? There's also theories that Seraph was like a former one because his code is different. And I think he's just a piece of hardware plugged in, but anyway.
All right, it's been a great podcast. We'll find out in the 4th movie. Is Seraph anything? No, they recast him probably.
But after, we go to Zion and then we leave again because the ship is filled up with gas, electricity, battery, I don't know. Because they said it's got to recharge, I guess. And there's this other crew that went to look for him at one point, or that was stayed behind to get something. And then the guy gets took over by Hugo Weaving.
Ooh, forgot about that.
That guy does the best Hugo Weaving impression I've ever seen.
I today watched YouTube just over and over again that scene. I went, is that Hugo Weaving's voice? It's not.
It's that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else in this movie. No,
he's the best part of that. He's the best part of the 3rd movie.
Holy cow, man! And I forgot he's in the 3rd one until, I got things spoiled due to YouTube. Which I've seen it before. It doesn't matter. But
yeah,
good grief, that guy can act.
Yeah,
even if he's mimicking someone.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
So after all of that, we get another exposition dump from the Oracle. Talk, and we find out she's another program.
Everybody's a program.
Yeah, I mean it's felt like that's what they did in the writers' room. It's like program.
How are we going to explain this? Well, it took us 5.5 years to do the last one. They're a program. That's what we'll do.
Yeah,
love it. Here's $100 million. We don't care.
just put some fight scenes in between all this philosophical dump.
Yeah, can you make sure Neo punches someone? Perfect. Yeah. Ugh.
And basically, the summation of her thing is, it's another form of control, and you've got to do this, and here's an address of the Merovingian to get the key maker to go find the source architect. They don't even say it's the architect. He just has to go through this door.
Yeah. I will say, that is some of the raddest stuff of opening the door to another place. Like, that's where I went, oh, they did something good here. Immediately, you see that with Seraph and the Oracle.
Yeah.
See that hallway, and I'm like, oh, shoot. All right, cool. Yeah. Bunch of nerds wrote this. You got a back door in the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clever.
It's like, oh, it's literally doors. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the famous, it's been dubbed the Burly Brawl is what people call it, but it's just a rubbery fight with 80 Agent Smiths.
Rubbery is the right word. And I don't know after this, if you, don't do this, but try and see who's an extra. Because some of those scenes,
he's plainly not Hugo Weaving.
It's comical.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. It's hard to do that. I'd prefer that than the weird CGI, which maybe I'm spoiled with the times, but
yeah.
That was a scene.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just watching it, and I'm going, when's he going to pick this stick up? When's he going to do the, walk around the circle?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then it was so disappointing when I saw it this time.
Because it was either a year before or the same year that... when did Blade 2 come out? I can't remember.
It was a year before.
Yeah, it was like the same rubbery stuff in
Nothing
that
different.
Too. Yeah.
Was that a Warner Brothers movie too?
No, it was New Line. It was New Line Cinema, so it's part of Warner Brothers.
Yep. No, I mean, it was like, this is Blade.
Yeah.
This is the same effect. There's nothing different. It's not mind blowing. It's just garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can tell this or not. I don't like this movie.
Oh, I definitely don't either.
Yeah. Anyone listening here, let's not hide my tone.
I mean, it's got its moments. It's not like I didn't get bored watching it, at least.
Just the last 10 minutes when I fell asleep.
Yeah.
That fight ends. Best part of the fight ending. He just flies away.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that 30 minutes earlier, dude?
It didn't seem like anyone was getting hurt. They're just bouncing off, and because in that, the end of the first one, we have this fight down in the subway where we're coughing up blood and dust is flying off of people, and this is just, and there's bowling pin sounds and dominoes at one point.
It's the greatest Bugs Bunny cartoon as well.
Yeah.
He keeps going, more. All of a sudden, these people spill out of another door.
Yeah.
More. Another door. This is ridiculous.
Again, 6 minutes was devoted to this.
It felt like 40.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Let me not get it wrong. I watched it and went,
the stuff in camera is choreographed very well. Keanu Reeves puts in the work. He's not going to give you the best performance, but he's going to give you the best stuff. So we realize we need a key maker, and then we meet the Merovingian. And all I have written is yuck.
Yeah, I just love the exposition of I love every language. French is my favorite. And I'm like, no, you're probably French as an actor.
Yeah.
And they wrote that in here.
Yeah.
I think favorite language to swear in is French. No. You just lost every French viewer. Omelette du fromage.
Look, I've looked at the statistics. I'm in a lot of countries, but France is not one of them. So
yeah, well, never mind.
now is the chance.
I'll save you from losing it. Never mind. But Persephone, his wife.
Oh, Monica Bellucci. Oh my gosh, dude.
That's okay. I didn't look it up, and I thought that was her.
Yeah.
I just love they went, oh, we're gonna go Greek in this now.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this a thing.
There's four women in Hollywood where I'm like, yes. Monica Bellucci, Selma Hayek, Anna de Armas, Lily James.
What about
I don't know if you can tell I have a type.
You know what? I'm gonna at some point in time, I'm gonna spit you out this because I can't remember the lady's name right now. I got something for you, but
You got a lady for him?
oh, I got a lady for him. I got a lady. Easy. Judi Dench, baby. That's my babe, man. Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
She got a new movie coming out.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. So
Is
it's
it
with
R-rated?
your girl Jennifer Lawrence.
Don't look up.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm looking forward to that. I was about to make a joke like, is she nude? I'm going to watch it.
The Matrix. We're talking about
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
Reloaded.
But, I mean, like, it's so comical. Like, you know exactly how all this is going to play out.
Yeah, because it's the same speech that he's gotten from 3 people already. Causality.
Also, I love the, like, not Wolverine. Werewolves. Wolverine's real.
That's a question I have. Like, those guys in that, are they like werewolves from an old version of the Matrix or something?
Yeah, I looked it up, and apparently to some nerd that wrote this huge article talking about how werewolves are real in real life. So, mind you, they also had an article on how the what are those awful movies?
The Twilight movie.
Yeah, Twilight.
The werewolves.
Possibly real. So, same guy wrote this article, but it was like they're left behind. They're exiled programs. So they're waiting to be deleted, but they have the same gifts and abilities as Neo would because they're werewolves and vampire.
Yeah, because she shoots them with a silver bullet. She
Why
shoots one of them with a silver bullet.
Why did we need to bring another like species into this when we already have
We're also
the machines?
the 2 twins with dreadlocks.
Oh, dude, they're so dope.
But they're also like ghosts, like the ghost of Christmas past.
But
good tie-in. Appreciate it.
But just in general, white guys with dreadlocks, no.
Yeah.
Slightly bald. You pointed that out.
They're receding hairline hard.
What is that crap? They had to shave that head, man. There's no way. Well, that hair is not real, but you know what? That fight scene after and the chase scene.
The 20-minute chase scene, yes, is great.
Can you talk about the fight scene before though, before they leave, when Neo becomes a Ninja Turtle?
Hold on, go ahead, elaborate. Tell me
the fight scene with all the weapons.
Yes, and they grab all the weapons off the walls. Again, 10 minutes too long.
He's a Jedi Ninja Turtle. Like he just like these the size or whatever just like levitate into. I'm like, okay, we apparently the one can just summon things now.
But like as soon as he summons the I don't know what those things are called, but you're right. They're
never
Ninja
seen
Turtle
him
weapons.
in anything else. Which, granted, I don't like look into history and different types of weapons.
It summons them off the walls, and I'm like, why can't you just summon the weapons out of their hands? Then this is so stupid. Kill everyone. Like,
also when you think about it, like the highway chase scene doesn't make sense either because the agents are coming after the Keymaker to delete him. But why would the Matrix do that if the whole point is to get Neo to plug back into the Matrix and restart everything?
Logic, man. Let me tell you about this.
Don't ruin this movie with logic.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Well, that's when you start. I mean, like for me, other parts sucked, but this is where it really breaks down where it's like, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You're contradicting everything. And especially once he, again, Superman's out. It's like, tell me where they're at. I'm going to fly to them.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that like 20 minutes ago, man? You didn't need to fight them. You could just flown away and punch someone in the balls and be done.
All that said, I love that highway sequence. It's great.
I think that's the greatest chase highway scene with motorcycles and cars.
Yeah.
Done. Period. Like, phenomenal. I told her before, I was like, this is the greatest thing you're going to see. Granted, did not think it was the greatest thing, was not impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could watch that. And I absolutely loved the Morpheus as a samurai. You know, he's got the sword and all of a sudden he's magical. I was in for it, man.
Like
I did not.
On the back of a truck, just with a katana. And
that was like a Quentin Tarantino film all of a sudden.
And he's, at least Neo has like encouraged people to fight agents now. Kind of.
Yeah, which again, all of a sudden these people can fight agents. When did that change? Is that they have confidence now they can do it? They always could have.
Now that they have the one, they're like, I think we can at least try to fight agents now.
Now that Neo's drips sweat on all of them at their orgy, I mean their cave rave, they all have the gift. But that was only it was a big deal. He could fight agents in the first film. I know it's 6 months later, 6 or something like that.
Yeah,
for this movie. Maybe something changed. We don't know about it, but it's just like, oh shoot, Neo's not that special. People can do this stuff too.
I just realized that the Keymaker is the Doctor in John Wick.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how I didn't realize that.
It just clicked last night for me. So
he came on screen and I was like, I love this guy. This guy is a great actor. He's so happy always. I love him.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. I mean, I don't know. That's Keanu Reeves.
I mean,
you do something with him, he drags you for everything.
The guy that directed... Well, that was part of the original pair that directed John Wick and has directed the rest of them. I think he was the stunt coordinator on these movies and Keanu Reeves' stunt double.
I didn't even think about that. Now I'm picturing all these images in my head. I'm like, oh, it all makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else that guy. Oh, he's in Don't ever do this movie. It's just bad. It doesn't need another chance. Dragon Ball Evolution.
I've seen videos about it.
It's probably the worst movie you're ever
I didn't
watch.
even know it existed.
Oh, he's in The Last Airbender, too, which M. Night Shyamalan's a scrub. That's where else I've seen him from.
Shyamalan just he'll just have several stinkers, and then he'll be on the up, and then he makes old.
But that guy, the Keymaker, and all this,
yes,
I was down. That was the coolest thing in the world. I hated that he died so quick. You kind of feel it coming, but
yeah.
That was the coolest thing. Everything about this I hate. I'm not on board with it. But then Keymaker pops in. I'm like, this is ludicrous, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. But that whole sequence was 20 minutes long. Should have been 40.
Yeah.
Personal opinion. Shouldn't have let it end. Let it be let it be nonstop, just the whole time. The other ship shows up with Jada Pinkett Smith, who I've hated on already.
And they just show up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ex Machina.
They went to hell.
I thought you just said they went to hell. And I went, yeah, they did.
Yeah,
dang
they did.
Straight.
For dancing in that cave like they did.
Volunteered.
Yeah, you bunch of heathens in the cave. You're going to die. Yeah, but how... I'm drawing a blank. How did they get out of the Matrix from that?
They don't until the end.
Okay, that makes me feel better because I'm sitting here going they never left. I think.
Well, no, they get out once. I don't remember either. They get out and then they go back in when because they got to plan the whole thing out because they make Trinity stay. He makes Trinity stay out because he's seen her die. He's having dreams at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where they have the we got to blow up the power plant.
Yeah,
something else.
We've got a power plant. We got to stick a key in the door, and we got to walk down this thing. And
yeah, what? Look, every good movie like this copies something else, I guess.
Yeah.
So you expect everything. Yeah, Trinity's definitely going back in. Something's not going to work out.
Exactly, because we've seen it.
But all I'm going to tell you. The worst part of this movie, Keymaker gets shot.
Yeah.
When that guy gets shot, I went, I'm not watching this anymore.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to sleep. I didn't yet, almost did, but yeah. My depression was deep. But the hall fight, that was awesome. That was sweet.
After
man.
Another speech about we're connected
and I think that's the whole thing of this movie. They're like, we're gonna give you this weird hypothesis that's bullcrap. You're gonna be bored. Don't worry. You're going to have a fight scene. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Which, I guess watching it now, when in the theaters...
Just plows right through them.
I quit. Logan, do the rest of this.
And then Neo goes to the source, and turns out it's an old dude in the room.
Colonel Sanders, man!
Who gives him a huge exposition and data dump.
Preston, this is the moment in this movie when I realized this is nothing but big, heady words. People that want to seem really smart. And I pictured every person I worked with that pontificates on everything. See, I'm just being one of those people now.
Yeah.
But they're the smartest person in the world. They want to let you know. but they talked about nothing.
Yeah.
That's when I said I hate this movie because I don't like those people.
Well, I mean, honestly, the character is a program just doing a data dump, basically.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. He's a program, right?
Yes, his name is. I mean,
Okay.
he's a program created by the machines, but he created the Matrix. He's an AI created to make the Matrix.
Hey, look, everybody listening, this is a note for the future. AI's coming. They're going to create us and dump us all. They're going to plug my head into a bed of blood and battery power.
Batter power, like
Batter.
fried chicken.
Yeah, put panko on it.
Because that guy did look like Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
But that
all the
scene,
recipes.
that scene is so ridiculous that I found the entire script for it.
Oh, I was about to ask you. You told me, and now
Now,
What?
did you give me I say?
I now present to you Second Take Theater, the architect and Neo at the end of this movie. I am the architect. I created the Matrix. I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here?
Your life is a sum and remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent in the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly, which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected, and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
I don't even understand most of those words, but you
I
haven't
don't either.
answered my question.
Quite right. Interesting. That was quicker than the others. The Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the 6th version.
There are only two possible explanations. Either no one told me or no one knows.
Precisely. As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Choice. The problem is choice. That's not even a good Keanu.
Yeah.
Neo just changes genders on
Yeah.
them here.
Gender. What? I mean,
The first Matrix I designed was quite naturally perfect. It was a work of art, flawless, sublime, a triumph equaled only by its monumental failure. The inevitability of its doom is apparent to me now as a consequence of the imperfection inherent in every human being. Thus, I redesigned it based on your history and more accurately reflect the varying grotesqueries of your nature. However, I was again frustrated by failure. I have since come to understand that the answer eluded me because it required a lesser mind, or perhaps a mind less bound by the parameters of perfection. Thus, the answer was stumbled upon by another, an intuitive program, initially created to investigate certain aspects of the human psyche. If I am the father of the Matrix, she would undoubtedly be its mother.
The Oracle.
Please. I was saying she stumbled upon a solution whereby 99% of all test subjects accepted the programming as long as they were given a choice, even if they were only aware of the choice at an unconscious level. While this answer functioned, it was obviously fundamentally flawed, thus creating the otherwise contradictory systemic anomaly. If left unchecked, might threaten the system itself. Ergo, those that refuse the program, while a minority, if unchecked, would constitute an escalating probability of disaster.
This is about Zion.
You are here because Zion is about to be destroyed, its every living inhabitant terminated, its entire existence eradicated.
bullshit.
Denial is
Wait,
the
hold on.
most predictable.
Is this when all the TV screens also echo that?
I cut all of that out because that was
Okay.
in there. There's like, it just is a bunch of nonsense in the background anyway. But
My favorite
Neo
part.
does
Sorry.
say bullshit in this scene.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
There's a lot to get through.
Scene. My brain hurts.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses, but rest assured this will be the 6th time we have destroyed it, and we have become exceedingly efficient at it. The function of the one is now to return to the source, allowing a temporary dissemination of code you carry, reinserting the prime program, after which you will be required to select from the Matrix 23 individuals, 16 female, 7 male, to rebuild Zion. Failure to comply with this process will result in a cataclysmic system crash, killing everyone connected to the Matrix, which, coupled with the extermination of Zion, will ultimately result in the extinction of the entire human race.
You won't let it happen. You can't. You need human beings to survive.
There are levels of survival we are prepared to accept. However, the relevant issue is whether or not you are ready to accept the responsibility of the death of every human being in this world. It is interesting reading your reactions. Your 5 predecessors were, by design, based on similar predication. A contingent affirmation that was meant to create a profound attachment to the rest of your species, facilitating the function of the one. While the others experienced this in a very general way, your experience is far more specific vis-a-vis love.
Trinity.
Apropos, she entered the Matrix to save your life at the cost of her own.
No!
Which brings us to the last... Which brings us at last to the moment of truth, wherein the fundamental flaw is ultimately expressed and the anomaly revealed as both beginning and end. There are 2 doors. The door to your right leads to the source and to the salvation of Zion. The door to your left leads back to the Matrix, to her, and to the end of your species. As you adequately put, the problem is choice. But we already know what you're going to do, don't we? Already I can see the chain reaction, the chemical precursors that signal the onset of an emotion designed specifically to overwhelm logic and reason. An emotion that is already blinding you from the simple and obvious truth: she is going to die, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. Hope. It is the quintessential human emotion, simultaneously the source of your greatest strength and your greatest weakness.
If I were you, I would hope we don't meet again.
We won't.
I'm reading this and getting a massive migraine. Hey, points to you, man. That was so well done. You should be in the 4th movie.
Oh,
you got the part.
The 5th movie.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders is coming back. He's got drum.
God, I hope
everywhere.
not.
Better grow that mustache out.
But
what a dumb character.
What a dumb. Who wrote that?
A child.
No, someone who's in high school or early college studying English. And they're like, I learned all these big words. I have to put them into something.
And took 1 class of philosophy.
Yeah, someone that went to 1 philosophy class and was like, I don't know. I've seen these people at bars and stuff. They're gonna talk to everyone to be smarter than everyone else.
Yeah,
but
it's like Goodwill Hunting.
Kill.
Yeah,
the guy that talks to Matt Damon and is like, oh, what do you think about the philosophies or the principles of this? And Matt Damon's like, it's on page 67. I read the book. How about them apples?
I read the book about the apples, all right?
Yeah. Again, we're watching The Sopranos. So, hey, bada bing, bada boom.
Bada boom.
Not bada
Woke
bing.
up this morning. Give me some gabagoo.
Hey, paisan.
So hey, welcome back to Sopranos Talk, everybody. Today we're on episode... that whole thing, I was already checked out of this movie. Again, I knew it was coming. That thing hit. Oh, God.
You guys are missing the fundamental part, though. You choose between ending this thing that you fought after, or you seek to end, or love. And he chooses love.
Yeah, the love is stupid.
And she still dies. Right?
Yeah, but Logan, as the architect of the program, is that the actual choice that was being made, or was that just some philosophical vis-a-vis thing?
I think the architect kind of knew that. Maybe I'm giving this movie too much credit. He knew that Neo would choose Trinity, and they'd still get to destroy Zion either way.
And then
they were going to reset it either way.
Number 7.
Yeah.
So is he? Let me ask you this. I thought about this today. Maybe I was an idiot and I thought too much. So has Zion died that many times? Or
they've wiped it out and refreshed it 5 times.
Well, who keeps starting Zion back? Because it's a trash shoot.
He told him, he gave him 16 people. What was the number?
23 people.
16 and 7.
Female
and
7 male.
Also good odds.
Yeah.
Although it's please.
At some point, cousins are going to have to bumping uglies at that point, but you know.
And that's how you have the architect, buddy.
Yeah.
His eyes are crossed. Easy. Hey, that was filmed like 10 miles down the road. So
I was at that camp one time.
All right, cool. We're in the same boat.
Scary.
This is a safe place.
But the movie ends. Neo flies and catches Trinity after she went into the Matrix when she said she wouldn't, and to keep the power off. And
that's where it ends, right?
No, they go back into the real world.
Okay, sorry. This is where I fell asleep.
It's a big moment for the next movie. We find out that the powers of the one translate into the real world, and he was able to stop real sentinels. And he passes out, and movie ends with him and the Diet Agent Smith on tables.
Big old bang, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be concluded is the last frame of this movie.
Did they film these back to back?
They sure did.
Yeah, well, good for them, because no one wants to sit through that abysmal crap of filming.
The actor making lots of money.
You just watched Lord of the Rings all the way.
I did.
So, I mean, a lot of that was filmed back to back.
But they are so good, though.
Yeah, this did not deserve that.
No.
This is the future, and that was the past.
Is it? The Matrix could be in the past, and maybe this is Lord of the Rings in the future. I mean, Star Wars is a distant time ago. Every nerd in the world just went, yeah, you screwed that saying up. Long ago in other place.
I think after that, we'll move on to Matrix Trivia. Mixed Trivia.
Yeah. No, baby.
48 days it took to shoot the freeway scene, built 1.5 mile track, and donated all the supplies after the thing. They broke it. They built it, and then they broke it down, and they donated that to build homes in Mexico. So.
Oh, that's nice. That's
was
good.
it shot in Mexico, or do we ship it there?
No, it was shot in Oakland. And then they built it in Oakland. After they shot, they tore it down, and then they gave it to homes in Mexico.
Okay.
Why are we laughing?
It just seemed like a waste of resources if we have to drive it a long way to Mexico.
I'm not laughing. I have terrible comments. That's all.
Carrie-Anne Moss did all her driving in that scene.
I thought so.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
And she learned to ride a motorcycle, and then she did that scene.
Pretty insane.
Yeah.
And at the end, she drove a motorcycle, too.
Yeah.
Off a cliff.
Into a building.
This movie sucks so bad. To piggyback, here's a trivia for you. To piggyback from last time, Sean Connery was supposed to be the architect.
Yeah, I also have that. Yeah, I have they wouldn't leave him alone. He doesn't want to be in your movies. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you thinking? He already said no the first time.
Yeah. But in the end, like, they got like this unknown guy, so it didn't take away from.
Hey, Colonel Sanders is not unknown. You're wrong. Mustache was wrong, but it's him.
To your door to the left is some chicken. There's some fried chicken, and the one on the right is some grilled chicken.
All right, redo the entire script of The Architect with that accent.
No.
Please. Could we? All right. Hey, next time we're gonna.
It was a lot of energy to do that first one.
I applaud you.
Seraph was written for Jet Li.
I thought
after he turned it down, they offered it to Michelle Yeoh, and she couldn't do it because of scheduling conflicts. So, no, Jet Li wanted the same amount of money as Keanu Reeves was getting. That's what it was.
Hey, I think fair enough. Jet Li's the bomb.
It's Jet Li.
That's not what I read. It's that he didn't want his martial arts digitally recorded.
I have stuff pulled up. Did you just read that, or did you make that up?
It's on the other screen.
Oh, geez. All right. I was about to say, what in the world?
The Wachowskis, thank God, decided to make these movies instead of what became Batman Begins.
Yeah. Could you imagine that?
God.
Yeah. I have nothing nice to say, so I won't.
To be as excited I am for that fourth movie, even though they haven't made a good movie after The Matrix, is just wild to me. But
it'll be a good movie, I think, but it's not because of it's only one person.
Yeah.
Right? It's not both. Yeah, not because of it. Just Keanu Reeves to say
Maybe we learned lessons. Maybe, you know, who knows? But when your movie makes $700 million, I mean... Marcus Chong was to reprise his role as Tank from the first film, but left due to bitter disagreements with him and the Wachowskis. As a result, Tank was unceremoniously declared to have been killed off screen and replaced by Link.
That makes me so much... this killed me. I've watched this movie so many times, and I went, Tank didn't die. And then they're like, oh, Tank's dead too. And I really had this weird moment of, no, I don't think he died.
Killed his ass off screen.
Yeah. Stupid.
Because he wanted like $2 million or something like that for doing this movie.
Yeah, that's dumb too. But
and he there's like recorded calls of him like calling the Wachowskis and Warner Brothers, threatening several people. And
I'm down with that. They could have had a better movie.
Crazy person.
Yeah, he wasn't Colonel Sanders, so
no.
That's
The Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah,
it's a movie that was made.
Reloaded, and the clip was empty.
Let's do it again next week.
We will.
Yeah, we'll have some revelations about it.
I'm looking forward to that fight at the end of that movie.
I think
because that's a video game fight, is what that is.
Yeah, honestly, to me, they should have made this 2 movies, Reloaded and Revelations. Revelations. What is it?
Matrix
You know what? Doesn't matter. It should have been 2 movies. Reloaded and this one. The second and third should have been 1 movie. That's it. Make it 2 hours long, 2.5. Never should have cut it. There was so much filler that was just this whole like heady, let me rant and rave. But
Revolutions.
Well, my revelation about it is it should have been called Revelations and been 2.
Well.
So, but who am I? I write code. I'm part of the Matrix. I am Neo.
Can you see people fighting through the code like all these people in these movies?
I only see green, but that's because my eyes are really screwed up and I'm colorblind.
You thought the tint of the world was blue in the last one, so
yeah, I was pumped. I said, "This is how I feel." Great.
Yeah.
But you know what stinks, and I know this is probably something for the next movie. The Oracle doesn't show up in the third.
She does.
The same actress.
I can't wait to find out.
She unfortunately died and was.
Yeah, you've never seen the third.
We've only watched 1 and 2.
That'll be interesting.
I've only seen 1 and 2 twice now.
The Aaliyah,
yeah, she was supposed to be,
wasn't she?
She was supposed to be Link's wife.
Okay.
And she died before they started shooting the movie.
Well, that sucks, but
yeah.
I knew there was some weird connection of like, how does she fit in with all this?
Oh, and Jada Pinkett Smith auditioned for Trinity back in the day.
Absolutely not.
Did not get it, obviously.
Why not, Logan? We talk about this?
Carrie-Anne Moss can ride a motorcycle now.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You saw that scene with her.
Smith.
You saw that scene with her and Neo. She can ride a motorcycle. Cranking that hog, baby.
God.
Hey, you can ride my car.
We are together way too much.
On that note, that's the end of this episode. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Once Jake catches his breath there.
Hey, anytime, but not for this movie again.
Yeah.
See
no one said it was going to be great.
With the next greatest movie.
Yeah. Both of these people will be back next week for Revelations. There's no architect monologues next week, so
I'll find a monologue for you.
Okay.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll pick one out. It'll be great. We're excited about it.
Well, again, next week is Matrix Revelations, and if you want to leave a suggestion, you can send an email to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. We are Second Take Movies on all the social medias. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.